Gatlinburg couple whose home was destroyed in the wildfires has just recently now moved into their new place.
However, it was a long road to get there. First, there were building delays, then construction mistakes. Eventually, they had to fire their contractor, and he was charged with theft. Well, the couple first called WATE 6 on Your Side consumer reporter Don Dare last year, and now that they're in their home, Don, I understand they're finally ready to talk.
Yeah, and we spent several hours with them going over dozens of documents. 14 people lost their lives to the fires that roared through Gatlinburg the night of November 28, 2016. More than 2,400 structures were destroyed. Rebuilding has been underway ever since. One couple whose home burned and they barely escaped the flames has had to live through a second nightmare.
The view of the Smokies is spectacular from Stuart and Amara Honick's deck in Gatlinburg. But it took an extra 10 months before they finally moved into their new mountainside home because of construction delays, building errors, and alleged fraud by their first contractor. They hired a second contractor to finish the job. The Honicks had just remodeled their original home in October 2016, weeks before the wildfires destroyed it a month later.
After a long time, it's finally done, and we moved in a few weeks ago, and everything is structurally sound and stable.
However, for a while last year, the Honicks wondered if they'd ever get their home built after hiring contractor Stephen J. Ogle in December 2016, weeks after the wildfires. This indictment charged Ogle, a local builder, with construction fraud and theft over $60,000. The Honicks expected to be in their home last September, but moved in just weeks ago, nearly a year and a half after the permit was pulled.
The first week of construction, when we finally got our permit, our builder decided to take a vacation to Florida.
This picture from Ogle's Facebook page shows him at the beach in April 2017. Well, back in Gatlinburg, his crew started working on the home when problems began.
He wasn't watching their construction process. A lot of the men were new.
It was placed improperly on the lot. That's because the builder was in Florida when they started digging, and then also the perimeter of the home was improperly laid out. The room sizes were wrong. Once they started building, everything was so out of square. The guys just didn't know what they were doing.
This was sent to the contractor's board.
The Honicks documented every step of construction, unaware they'd need the information later on.
From the get-go, he didn't even have the proper license to build a house.
The cost to rebuild their home far exceeded the dollar limit of Ogle's contractor's license.
He ended up using the permit of another builder, another contractor, who we didn't know at the time.
When construction slowed last year, the couple became frustrated and frightened about their investment. A text from Ogle said he was in Cleveland, Tennessee, had to get paid for that job first before he could finish in Gatlinburg. That's about when the couple said they discovered Ogle had run into money issues and allegedly used their money to fund other projects.
I just felt like the money was being misplaced. So we had given him $60,000 to purchase specific supplies, flooring, siding. We started calling, and most of it had not been purchased. People had not even had an account with him. The tile shop in Knoxville, nothing. There was nothing. The money was gone.
On November 22nd last year, the Honicks filed a 6-page demand letter. They asked Ogle to do the right thing. They first demanded reimbursement and restitution and said if not compensated, they'd file criminal charges, allowed under a state law if a contractor stops work and doesn't resume it within a specified amount of time.
We were the first ones to do that in Gatlinburg, as far as we know, and then we kind of used our letter of demand as a template for several other people that we know have gone through this.
10 months ago, the couple fired Ogle. Months later came felony charges by the state. His first court appearance is next month. Ogle told 6 on Your Side he will plead not guilty, saying he's done nothing wrong.
And then when we fired him, a bunch of subcontractors randomly would show up on the work site saying they had not been paid yet by him.
We took care of them. Yeah, we felt bad for a lot of them.
We paid them.
The Honicks say they've gained a deeper level of compassion for people who live through multiple tragedies. For them, the wildfires, then fighting to get their home rebuilt.
Now, in the brief conversation we had with Ogle, he said the Honicks were to blame for the problems because he said they kept changing things. Ogle said he's done nothing wrong and wanted to finish the job when they fired him late last year. And Kristen, Ogle is expected to appear in court next month to enter his plea, and the couple said they are very pleased because it was important for them to go ahead and file these charges against him.
Wow.
You need to see how this plays out, too,
Yeah,
once they
we'll
get it
see.
to court. Yeah, but my goodness.
And there are other
Yeah.
problems up there. We're going to do in a few weeks another contractor, and that job is stopped as well.
Oh, breaks your
goodness.
heart. All right, Don, thank
Stay
you.
on top of it. Thank you, Don. Hey, if you have a consumer question for Don, send him an email at ddare@WATE.com or call his 6 on Your Side hotline number 865-633-5974.
Well,